The governor has absolutely no power to do this. They think that if they are the governor, then they are king. I don't think he has acted on any legal advice. He is trying to prove his loyalty by taking suo motu action on something that he believes that the central government would like. The governor is supposed to be a neutral constitutional authority. The governor is supposed to act only on the aid and advice of the government, which speaks in such matters through the Chief Minister. The time has come for the state governments to start ignoring the orders of the governor if they feel that the order of the governor is totally illegal or beyond his authority. The method of selection of governors should be changed.
Hello and welcome to the News Minute. The Tamil Nadu Governor RN Ravi had issued an order dismissing Senthil Balaji from the cabinet, citing that Senthil Balaji has various charges against him and he has been arrested under the Money Laundering Act and he cannot remain as part of the cabinet. But 4 hours later, the governor had put his decision on hold. What we understand is that this happened because of the intervention of the Home Ministry. But the governor's action has triggered a huge legal debate across the country. To talk about this, I have with me Senior Advocate Prashant Bhushan. Sir, thank you so much for talking to us.
You're welcome.
So, what do you think about the governor's move to dismiss Senthil Balaji from the cabinet? The governor says that he has powers to do so, so he has taken that decision to dismiss him from the cabinet, and this is the first time something like this is happening in the country.
No, the governor has absolutely no power to do this. It is the chief minister's prerogative to choose his cabinet. The only power that the governor has is to ask the chief minister to either prove his majority if there is good ground for believing that he has lost his majority. Otherwise, the governor has no such power. Unless there is a law on the basis of which a person gets automatically disqualified from being a minister or being an MLA, etc., if he has been charged or if he has been arrested, and there is no such law, so long as there is no legal bar, the minister can continue, and it is up to the chief minister to decide which ministers he will have in his cabinet. The governor has absolutely no role in this whatsoever. The governor's role is only at the time when the new assembly is constituted to decide who to call to form the government, and thereafter to, if there is good reason for doing so, to ask the chief minister to prove his majority. Beyond that, the governor has no power. Governor is supposed to act only on the aid and advice of the government, which speaks in such matters through the chief minister. It is the chief minister's prerogative to decide who will be in his cabinet and who he will not have in his cabinet.
But some argue that the governor indeed has powers under Article 163. There is a word called discretion. So the governor is well within his rights to use his discretion to, to consider who will continue in the cabinet or who will not. So this is something that that a lot of people who are supporting governor's action have been pointing out.
No, it is well settled by the Supreme Court that the governor has to act on the advice of the government, and in a matter like this, the government speaks through the chief minister. He has no such discretion not to act on his own or to act contrary to the advice of the chief minister in a matter like deciding who will be in the cabinet, who will be a minister, etc. There is absolutely no doubt whatsoever about the legal position on this.
But what happened was unprecedented. We saw governor issuing an order asking the chief minister or dismissing Senthil Balaji from the cabinet. But within 4 hours, the governor has put his decision on hold. According to the governor, he has written a letter saying that the Home Ministry has advised him to seek, the legal opinion of Attorney General. So why would a governor, you know, make a decision even without, discussing with the Attorney General or seeking his advice?
No, it is very obvious that governors, especially recently, have become instruments of the central government, and they do not act independently. And sometimes they are a law unto themselves. They have no idea about the legal or the constitutional position about their powers, etc. And they think that if they are the governor, then they are king. And just because the constitution uses the word governor, that means the governor can act in his absolute discretion. That is not the case. It is well settled by the constitution and by the Supreme Court's interpretation that the governor has to act on the aid and advice of the government. And in a matter like this, as I said, it means the chief minister. So the only power that the governor has is to decide initially who he will call to form the government, and thereafter to ask him. Of course, he has to then prove his majority. If there is a no confidence motion against the chief minister, then there will be a vote. And if the governor feels that the chief minister has lost his majority, he can ask the chief minister to prove his majority if there is good reason to believe that the chief minister has lost his majority. That's the only power. He has certainly no power to interfere with the selection of a minister, etc.
So, sir, you have been in the legal profession for a very long time. Do you actually think that the governor would have taken a decision without consulting legal experts or without consulting the somebody who knows what exactly needs to be done in these cases? Because
You see,
it's very bizarre to even consider or to even understand that the governor has taken a decision without seeking a legal advice of the Attorney General.
no, I don't think he would have sought the legal advice of the Attorney General. I feel that he has either acted uh, at the nudging of the government, of the central government, or and thereafter the central government had second thoughts when there was outrage about this. Uh, or alternatively, he has tried to prove himself more loyal than the king, so to say. So he is trying to prove his loyalty by taking suo motu action on something that he believes that the central government would like. Because this government's hatchet agency, the ED, has arrested this Senthil Balaji, therefore he thought that central government would appreciate his dismissing this minister. So I don't think he has acted on any legal advice. He has acted either at the behest of the central government or on his own.
And speaking about the role of governors, what are your thoughts on that? Particularly in South Indian states, uh, we have been seeing a lot of issues pertaining to the governor. It happened in Puducherry when Lieutenant Governor Kiran Bedi was there. Then a similar kind of issue, confrontation with the government, is happening in Kerala, and then in Tamil Nadu and Telangana and other states. So generally, what do you think about the governors trying to overstep their brief or like trying to act violating the provisions of the constitution?
See, governors have essentially become the handmaidens of the central government. The governor is supposed to be a neutral constitutional authority who should act in a fair and reasonable manner. But we have been seeing the spectacle of absolutely, totally political appointments of governors. People from the ruling party at the center are appointed as governors, or people who are known to be loyal to the central government are appointed as governors. And instead of acting in a fair and neutral manner, they start acting as an instrument, as a political instrument of the central government. That is why I feel that the method of selection of governors should be changed. just as the Supreme Court has recently ordered that the uh, election commissioners should be selected not by the government alone but by a committee of Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition, and the Chief Justice. Same thing should apply to the governor, who is also supposed to be a politically neutral constitutional authority. He is not supposed to be the handmaiden or the political hatchet man of the central government.
But how do you think that the state government should handle these governors? Because day in and day out, we see some kind of confrontation taking place between the Raj Bhavan and the chief minister's office. In almost all states, the bills are pending. In many states, the bills are pending, even in Telangana and even in Tamil Nadu. So, what exactly can elected state governments do when governor starts behaving like this?
No, I think the time has come for the state governments to start ignoring the orders of the governor if they feel that the order of the governor is totally illegal or beyond his authority. Then they can ignore the order of the governor. Alternatively, they will have to challenge it in the court, High Court or Supreme Court.
But can the state governments do that? Can the state governments ignore the orders of the governor? That will lead into different kinds of issues for the state government.
Yes. So then it will depend upon, because the normally the executive power is with the state government, the direct executive power, and if they ignore the order of the governor, governor will have to go to court. If he feels that the state government is illegally ignoring his order, then he will have to go to court to challenge that.
But the state government, do have an option to ignore the orders of the
I
governor.
feel that if the governor has made an order totally without authority, then the state government can ignore that order and let the governor go to court if he feels that the order is within his authority.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for speaking to us. We'll see, whether this matter settles here or it is going to escalate further. If and when there are any developments on this issue, we'll get back to you. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you.